What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Discount Sports. You still hate that name?
Yeah, apparently I don't get a veto on the name. I don't know.
Come up with another name.
I woke up in America. I'm just saying.
Come up with another name and we'll call it that. I'm KAOTICBASH.
And I'm Mr. Blue, no damn me. We're going back to you with our sports. We missed last week.
That was a scheduling issue. We apologize.
Yeah, it was a trying week for both of us. I think we were just and we're like, we'll do it tonight. We'll do it tomorrow morning. And so here we are. Episode 3.
I'm gonna name it episode 3 and everyone's gonna be looking through. Where's episode 2?
Some things you don't do in public.
Yeah, there's some things we don't do in public bash, like have our phones on while we're recording.
You know what? You're right, but I blame Iron because that was his email going off from Apple.
Oh. So anyways, there was a lot of big news in football this week. I mean, well, there was a lot happened last week as well.
Yeah.
But we're gonna stick to this week.
Well, let's first get one thing in order. How fucked are the Cowboys this season?
See, last week I was gonna give them like that's their not their make or break game, but it's gonna set up the road to where they're going. If they lost last week and won this week, okay, they still have a decent chance. But losing the 2 games in a row and then also losing Dalton, it's gonna be. I mean. So all you Cowboy fans out there, you guys have been here since the 90s, so you know exactly what was going to happen to your season. You were going to get fucked before or in the first round of the playoffs.
I was thinking with Mike McCarthy, the former head coach of the Packers, the one who has a straight winning record 99% of the time, the Cowboys would do better. You guys can't control the fact that Dak Prescott got hurt.
Yeah.
However, the hit on Andy Dalton, that was dirty.
Right. Yeah. So I was going to ask you, how do you feel about that?
He already gave himself up. He was in mid-slide when the dude jumped in there, helmet-to-helmet contact, and basically he hit him so hard that helmet went flying 20 yards down the field.
Do you feel that he deserved to be ejected and the possible fines?
Yes.
Coming?
And then some. Because, I understand it's football and I understand they're going to get hit. And I'm not okay with some of the nerfs they've done to the game.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they've been slowly putting in like more and more. I mean, and it is all for safety and like with the whole concussion protocol and stuff. Like that was stuff that's been well needed, and finally they did put it into place. But
when you literally see him
do you think
already
it was blatant? You think it was blatant?
Definitely, he could have turned. So, he had already started the dive, but he could have twisted to the side so his shoulder hit him or something.
Right.
Not his top of his helmet went underneath the Dalton's helmet and yanked it straight off his head.
Yeah, no, it looked bad. Well, you always have that. There's that one moment where you see the helmet rolling across the field, and you're wondering, is that dude's head still in there? It was one of those hits where you're just
really
oh crap! Obviously he's gonna be hella injured. Well, one thing I was curious about, curious to see, is did you see how many Cowboys rushed up to his aid?
Yeah,
none of them.
They all just took a knee.
Yeah, everybody was like, if Dak had gone down like that, there would have been fighting.
There would have been a lot.
They would have cleared the benches, baseball term, yes, but they would have cleared the sidelines. Everybody would just, somebody would have taken a swing at somebody, and then something stupid's happening.
Yeah, and that was a question that McCarthy got asked pregame or postgame. It was, why didn't any of the players get up and defend their quarterback? And McCarthy was like, they all knew the consequences. If you had thrown a punch and gotten ejected, we're already short all the way around the roster.
But no, there's not bullshit. I say that's bullshit.
My opinion is they didn't
care so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even dislike him, but
or he hasn't been there long enough to respect him enough.
And that's kind of how I felt about that situation, which I thought was kind of shitty on the part of the rest of the Raiders. The rest of the Cowboys. We won't even bring up the Raiders. You guys know what happened. So Tom Brady, whatever.
You heard that Newton got benched, right, during the game? And Belichick told him it'll be permanent if he doesn't win the next game.
Yeah. he's kind of been walking that fine line already, where it was still kind of, is Cam Newton still Cam Newton? And over the last couple games, I don't know if it's really, you can't blame his offensive line for everything, but there's some just stupid plays. He had a few interceptions and stuff. He threw what, 3 before they pulled him, or something like that?
Yeah, he threw 3. He threw 3 and took 2 sacks, and after the second sack, he was benched.
Yeah, see,
because he was holding too long.
Yeah, okay, yeah. For the sacks, I mean, that's 50-50. That could go either on his O-line or on him. But if he's holding on to the ball way too long, you see the pocket, just fold up. Take the loss. You're either gonna lose the 4 or 5 yards that you drop back to pass, or you're gonna make a fool of yourself, run side to side, and then get taken down like 9 yards back.
And that's Newton's biggest problem, is he doesn't know when just to give it up and just lay down or something. I mean, and
he's always been good on his feet though.
Yeah, but I can't blame him for the whole not wanting to lay down, because remember the Super Bowl he was in when that ball popped out and he just kind of laid on the ground over it. They said he should have picked it up and ran with it. Everyone gave him so much crap because it was a Super Bowl. So now he tries to make plays every chance he gets.
Yeah, but I mean, for those people too, hindsight's 20/20, man. At the time, that was the safest play in his mind, and
was to lay down on top of the ball.
Right. I mean, he didn't turn it over. No, that's way better than turning it over. Half as good as running it back.
Tonight, though, or yesterday night for you guys, did you hear about the 4-time Pro Bowler Punter Hecker? Plays for the Rams.
No.
He punted 5 times. All 5 of them ended up on the 10-yard line or inside the 10-yard line on the opposing team.
That's awesome.
After the Rams won 24-10 to the Bears, though. So,
Yeah, I saw. But man, I was watching the highlights of that game, but that was one thing that I got. They were like, of course, that ball's gonna take another LA bounce. And there's like 6 Rams around it waiting for it to roll to the floor.
He had one that he started, he hit 63 yards out and it landed on the 1 and got batted back in. Right at the 1. Someone basically slammed down on top of it right at the 1.
Oh yeah, boy. Shit, there's a reason they're called special teams.
So, it was, and he's considered one of the first punters to ever get the game ball.
Oh, wow.
Other than that, man,
kickers are underrated. It's one thing you always see. Everybody always knows the quarterback's name. Everybody always knows your running backs, your wide receivers, possibly. Nobody knows defense. If you don't know anything about football, you can't name one person on the defense.
Man, that's true.
But the punter, come on,
Dude, to be honest, I watch the Steelers pretty much every week, and I don't know our kicker or punter's name.
Yeah, I know our punt return guy, but I don't know who
I know my punt return guy.
It used to be Marquise King, but we lost him a couple seasons ago.
Unfortunately, the Steelers, they rotate kickers and punters like every 2 or 3 weeks.
And that's just, I mean, and those dudes actually do have like longer careers than most other football players, but they're making half the money the entire time.
Yeah, they make $250,000 to $300,000 a season versus.
It's a little lopsided.
Well, with the exception of like Steven Gronkowski from the Patriots, the former Patriots kicker, they were paying him like 4 or 5.
Gronkowski?
I think that was his name, Goskowski. I'm pretty sure that was his name. What was his name then?
He's talking about the guy from the Raiders before.
No, that was Sebastian Janikowski.
Oh, that's all like Gronkowski.
I know who Sebastian Janikowski is. Yeah. And he was paid. He's considered one.
I don't know who the guy from the Patriots is.
He was considered one of the highest paid kickers as well, because they could boot it from 65 yards out for a field goal.
I was kind of sad when Janikowski retired, but then we had Marquise King, so he was cool. But when Janikowski went out, I was like, man, legend. Yeah, I remember him from the very beginning.
I think his longest one was 70 yards, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think the what is the longest field goal right now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I thought it was 65 or 67 right now. See, producer.
Matt Prater, 64 yards for the Broncos in 2013.
Yeah, so 64 yards. I mean, come on, 64 yards, and then with accuracy. And depending on weather conditions, I think even Janikowski, he was the one that had it before that guy. And I think it was only like 56 or 57.
I'm pulling up the list of the longest field goals in the NFL history.
And I remember he got it at a Mile High Stadium.
Yeah.
And he said it's just the air is just lighter up there.
Yeah,
like
so
if there's one place that I can beat my own record, it's gonna be here.
10 longest field goals in history. Justin Tucker holds the record for one of them.
Tucker's the dude from the Ravens, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. He attempted one at the Pro Bowl from 84 yards out, and it went through, but they didn't count it as an official kick.
Because he was fucking around, or it wasn't during a game?
It wasn't during a game.
No.
Yeah. Brandon McManus.
Man, how pissed would you be if it's like, all right, 85-yard field goal during a game. This is it. It's all on you, kid. You go out there. Oh, I had called the timeout.
Iced. Greg Zerloin, the kicker for the St. Louis Rams, hit a 61-yarder in 2015. Justin Tuck, 61 in 2013.
I think Janikowski was like 2011.
Jay Feely, 61 in 2012. Janikowski, 61 in 2009. Damn. Matt Bryant, 62 in 06. Akers for the Niners, 63 in 2012. Janikowski holds the record for number 4 at 63 in 2011.
Yeah, I think he got them both at Mile High.
Yeah, his statement for both of them were, to be honest, I didn't hit it very good, but because the air is so light, it was able to travel through.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when he did it the second time, and he was all like, I always knew it was going to be here.
Jason Elam, Denver Broncos, 1998. He hit 63 yards. Dempsey, New Orleans Saints, 1970, 63 yards.
It's not impressive. Get out of here, Dempsey.
Prater, 64 yards. Denver Broncos, 2013. Now, those are the longest official game kicks. Practicing kicks.
Yeah, I think some dudes have hit it from like almost 80.
Yeah. There is Nick Rose. He was a Texas Longhorn. He was never drafted, but at his training camp, he hit it from 80. Kim, he was from Hawaii, hit it from 78. McManus for the Denver Broncos hit it from 73, but it was during a preseason game, so they didn't count it. Johansson,
that's some bullshit.
Right? Johansson, he played for Abilene University, 69. Justin Tuck for the Baltimore Ravens hit it at 69, but again, that was during preseason. They didn't count it.
Well, he went and got the record anyway.
Yeah. Dirk from Reno High hit it at 68 during his training camp. And Austin Ranoko.
Was it like combines or what?
Yeah, for their combine.
Damn, that's great. And that fool was out of high school?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
He went straight from high school to the combine.
Who is he now?
Huh?
He doesn't. He's nobody?
Dirk Barone?
I don't recognize that name at all.
I don't either. Okay, he hit it during a preseason game for against Northern Nevada.
Which is another college team.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it?
That was a
college team or high school team?
AAA high school team.
Oh, it's only a AAA team?
Yeah, but he chose not to play sports and instead got a career as a lawyer.
Well, it probably worked out better for him.
But anyway, yeah, so kickers and punters are underrated.
Yeah, long story.
They can win or lose games at any time. And sometimes you get like the Patriots who put Brady in there to kick it so they can get that onside kick because Brady can't kick more than 10 yards.
Oh, I know. I remember the fucking first time they pulled that bullshit, I was like, still these motherfuckers cheating again. They got the quarterback kicking. Oh, that's legal?
Yeah, it's legal.
Doesn't sound like them.
And then they had Wes Welker kicking field goals because their kicker got hurt.
I like and then everybody started doing the behind the leg thing. Like where they run up to it and they kick it with their weak foot behind their strong foot behind
their leg.
Yeah, right.
So it'll pop up and hit that 10-yard mark and then bounce back. Yeah. So let's get into some of the games this week. We had starting off, we had the New York Giants versus Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philadelphia won 22-21.
Again, Giants fans, what do you got now? What
1-6.
1-6, right?
Yeah. However, their stats are more respectable this week. Passing yards, they had 187. Okay. Running, they had 160. The problem is, with that 160, 92 of them came from their quarterback on 4 attempts.
Or those broken plays? Or
Yeah.
That sucks, man. I mean, good on him, but, dude, where's my team?
Yeah, right? Philadelphia, Carson Wentz, he did solid, 25 of 43 for 359 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. It's a typical Wentz game. I really think the Eagles looked better when Foles was the quarterback.
Yeah, Foles was doing fucking awesome tonight, yeah.
They also only had 96 yards rushing, and they had 7 players rushing. That includes Carson Wentz and 2 wide receivers. So, not great by any means. Next game in line, we have the Cowboys versus the Washington football team. 25-3, by the way.
Again, the Washington football team. I mean, not only is it an embarrassing name to have as a team, it has to be more embarrassing to be beaten so badly by a team named the Washington football team.
Right.
It's like you're playing a high school, but
then when you get blown out 25-3.
Yeah, that's just that's not good.
To be fair here, when did Dalton go down?
I don't know. I wasn't sure what quarter it happened in. It was like
I'm not
third,
either.
No?
It had to have been the third because
I think it was late.
But he wasn't doing well anyway.
Yeah,
he
they
was
said he was doing shit either way.
He was 9 of 19, 75 yards with an interception.
And then Zeke didn't have any fumbles this week.
No, but he only ran 12 times with 45 yards.
Yeah.
They had no offense this week. And their poor defense was probably so gassed by the end of it.
They really don't have a great defense as it is.
No.
Man, did you hear this bullshit? You know how the Titans got fined for the COVID thing, right? Mm-hmm. So, apparently, the next team in line to get that fucking fine is us.
For not reporting COVID?
Apparently, because this is our second offense. I wasn't even aware there was a first one. Like, I'm finding out today that this is the second time we've had some players and we've known about it and they didn't do anything about it. So, $350K.
So I think you deserve the fine at that point, though.
Okay. $350K, fine. Fuck it. It's not my money. That dude's got billions. You know, they're fine. You know?
Yeah.
But we're gonna lose our fucking our first round pick.
Wow.
We're gonna lose our first pick. Not our.
Who was the other team that got fined?
The Titans.
Did they lose their pick too?
No, because that was their first time, and I guess that was the first one that was made public because they were the first ones that I'd heard of.
Yeah. Wow. So they're taking away draft picks for knowing they have COVID.
So
and not
on top of
anything.
that fine, it's like here's a good fuck you from Goodall, and you're like,
okay,
that's why nobody likes you.
I have nothing nice to say about Goodall.
That's what I'm saying. So. That's why nobody likes him.
Damn. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
now,
it's a bitch move, but
the Washington State football team looked like an okay football team, I guess. The Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen threw 15 of 25 for 194 with 2 TDs. Not bad. You know, especially since he's a rookie. Not bad. He's working on it. However, their rookie running back, Antonio Gibson, ran 20 times for 128 yards. They had 39 rushing attempts at 208 yards.
Are they all a young team too?
Yeah, they're in a rebuild stage right now.
It's going to be a rough couple seasons, but you guys will get there.
Especially if you keep putting up numbers like this. Let's see, Packers and Texans?
The Packers won that, right?
Yeah. Of course they won that. I don't think they were going to lose twice in a row. It will not give me the stats.
No, yeah, fucking Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's Rodgers, right?
Yeah, Rodgers.
Yeah. I'm like, that fool looked like he was a man out to redeem himself. And, like, honestly, as good of a quarterback as he is, he's probably his toughest critic.
Yeah.
But, you know, coming from that climate, you know, from that fucking area, like, you better be on your shit in football. It's like fucking up in Texas. Like,
yeah, right.
You don't do that here. You don't fuck with our football, man.
Well, for the night, Aaron Rodgers threw 23 of 34, 283, and 4 TDs. So definitely an improvement over last week's.
His quarterback rating was what?
It does not give me a quarterback rating, unfortunately.
What are you on?
The NFL app.
I think it's expensive though. So yeah, and next game?
Jamal Williams.
Where did JJ Watts end up at?
He's with Houston, I believe.
He went back to the Texans? I thought he'd moved somewhere else.
I can check their roster real quick.
Because I think his brother joined that team.
Well, TJ Watt is Steelers.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. JJ didn't go to the Steelers. Yeah, JJ Watt's still on the Texans. He had 4 tackles, 1 assist, and 2
TJ's
tackles
a big
for
boy
loss.
too.
He is bigger than JJ.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's taller.
He's taller and a little bit more wider. I think he has like 20 pounds on JJ Watt, and that's scary.
And then they have like that third brother.
The one that doesn't talk.
Yeah.
The Eli Manning brother.
Oh, that's sad. He's not Eli Manning good. Eli Manning's a decent quarterback. He's just the third best quarterback in his family.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't even play football.
Even though he has more wins over the Patriots than Peyton did his entire career.
I don't know, man. I like the rivalry that fucking Eli had with the Cowboys.
Oh, that too.
That was always awesome. Like every year when the Cowboys were undefeated, it was like, yeah, well, you guys know you play the Giants third week, right? So we'll see what's up then. Like,
Well, and the Texans, Deshaun Watson did pretty well this week too. 29, 39, 309, 2 TDs. He is a good quarterback. The problem is, where's DeAndre Hopkins? Which team is he on now?
man, with everything getting all mixed up, well, I mean, not mixed up. I mean, it happens every season, but there was a lot of big quarterback changes.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Brady by itself was one huge...
Hopkins was the all-star receiver for the Texans, and he was Deshaun's go-to target, and now he is the 49ers wide receiver.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, with every...
Or
like,
Cardinals wide receiver, sorry.
with everybody shifting around, like, I mean, it's always that trying to build up the trust thing and getting into the routine and getting to know your person. And once you lose that, it's like, fuck, now I have to build this up with this guy. And the way shit's been, like, the way the games have been going this season with everybody getting postponed
Yeah.
and everybody getting put off and the way that they're doing practices, you know, how often are they allowed to practice?
3 times a week, I think.
Is it? I thought it was less than that.
It might be less than that. But he doesn't have a bad wide receiver core. He has Randall Cobb, which is the former Packers, used to be Rodgers' favorite target. He has Brandon Cooks.
Yeah,
that used
Cooks
to be
is good.
freaking, wasn't that, what was that, Breeze's favorite target, right? Wasn't he Saints?
Cooks from Saints, yeah. No?
No.
Yeah?
Was he or was he from St. Louis?
No, he wasn't.
No, he had to be from the Saints
Yeah.
then. And then Kenny Stills. Wasn't he from the Saints too?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Stills was from the Saints or the Titans. One of the two.
I'd like to phone a friend,
Yeah, right?
but it's
You know what?
2:30 in the morning. He'll just
Google.
yell at me.
Kenny Stills.
So,
Wide receiver.
but yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like there's being athletic. You know, there's definitely like I'm a good quarterback, you're a good wide receiver. You think those two would make an instant connection, but it's not.
Yeah, no, I
how
know
it
they
works.
don't. Kenny Stills, yes, he was from the Saints. He was drafted in the 5th round, same year as Brandon Cooks was. They were both the starting receivers for the Saints, and they both
Oh,
went
Titans
to
and Texans games was good. I didn't know that was in overtime.
the what?
Texans and Titans, that was in overtime.
Texans. They played the Packers.
Fuck, I'm on week
Steelers?
My bad, dog.
Wrong one. Now,
Yeah.
a team that is really surprising me this year.
Oh, that's still a good game. You guys barely beat them by 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they're a good team. Like the Titans, no joke, are a good team this year. But there is another surprise team. Think of this for the second. The strongest
Bills?
division in the AFC now is the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that, right? You have the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Browns are all sitting at the top right now of the whole AFC.
Yeah, but okay, so as history has proven to us, well, the Browns is fucking out of nowhere.
Yeah, right?
I know they're the real dark horse here on that one, but I'm like the Ravens. They do pretty well under pressure.
They did really
They're
well
gonna-
last season anyway, so...
Yeah, that is a tough division.
And the Browns won 37-34 to Cincinnati. So Cincinnati's 1-5-1. Now, keep in mind that all of Cincinnati's games this year, except for 2 of them, have been by 3 points, from what I understand. They almost beat the Ravens, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, the Ravens are 5-1.
But the Browns this week, they finally had a person that looked like a quarterback out there with Baker Mayfield. He was 22 of 28, 297, 5 TDs, 1 interception. That looks like a real freaking quarterback right there. A first-round draft quarterback. Jarvis Landry, though, their wide receiver, also completed 1 pass for 19 yards.
Oh, and that was to, was that to Mayfield?
I don't think so. No, it was to David Njoku. Odell Beckham.
I always like seeing quarterbacks.
Speaking of that, Beckham Jr. is out for the season. He got hurt in this game. But not that he's been doing any good anyway.
I'm all like, he's still playing?
Jarvis Landry and Rashad Higgins are the all-stars for the Browns right now. And they're running the ball pretty well. They ran 22 times for 82 yards. So they're doing good. They finished the night 23, 29, 316, 5 TDs, 1 interception. Rushing was 22, 82, no TDs. I mean, they're doing all right. And they had 2 interceptions, or 1 interception, sorry. But the Bengals actually looked like a team this week, too. So, Joe Burrow, the rookie quarterback, he threw 35 of 47, 406 yards, 3 TDs, 1 INT.
Yeah.
When you ask the dude to throw 50 times a game, he's going to throw an interception in there somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm all, but 400 yards, shoot.
Right? They didn't have a single rushing yard, though, dude. 21 rushing attempts, 81 yards, spread out on 5 people.
See, like, if anybody's proven it, it's the Pats. Like, the Patriots or Tom Brady, literally by himself, has proven that if you have a good passing game, really don't need the run game.
Yeah. But even then,
I mean, it's nice to confuse the defense, but you have a great line, you have a great quarterback, good receivers, golden.
It's all right. I was gonna tell Rudy to do that earlier when he was sitting out by the door meowing. I was like, kick him, punch him, throw him. My gun's sitting right there. Shoot him. I don't care. That cat ends up getting thrown out. Yeah, that cat ends up getting thrown out here at 5:30 in the morning because he won't shut up at the door, or he gets thrown in the bathroom in a kennel in the shower. Run cold water on him all night.
Maybe they'll turn it on.
Maybe it'll shut him up.
So on the lighter side of sports,
and welcome back.
So on the lighter side, I didn't see this. I want to watch the clip, but I'm sure we'll get dinged for it. But apparently, the Cowboys defensive coordinator was in the middle of a press conference, and he had some Tabasco on his finger, and he rubbed his eye during the press conference.
Oh.
So he had to cut the press conference short.
As a person who uses Tabasco in his ketchup for fries, I have done that. I understand the pain. It sucks. Especially when you sit there and you're doing it like that. Looking this brand on there. Like that. Yeah. Going at it with the
get it all out now.
But you didn't know some had leaked down the bottle last time you used it, so you had your hand on it the whole time, and then you like scratch your eye or something, or like itch your face. Yeah, so it's on fire.
But that brings me to this point. Apparently, the Cowboys are on pace to allow 555 points this season. They've given up 243 points already.
Jesus.
Which is more than they've given up in 11 seasons.
They play the Steelers this year. You know, the top scoring offense in the NFL right now.
Yeah, they're going to get spanked. When does that happen?
I think that is, let's see. When do they play? Nope.
Next.
Nope. They beat the Eagles, they beat the Browns, they beat the Titans. They play the Ravens this Sunday, and next Sunday they play the Cowboys.
Oh, that's fucking great. We play the Browns next week.
Should be a good game.
We need to get our shit together. I don't know that much.
You guys started off the season fucking phenomenal.
Another thing that's fucking us up is the whole COVID thing, because we lost like 3 key players.
That's true. The Lions and Falcons game was really good.
Cowboys are going to get their asses handed to them.
When they play the Steelers?
They're playing the Eagles next week.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get smacked. And then they play the Steelers right after that, so they don't even leave Pennsylvania. And actually, that's how they're going to do it. Is because they're playing Philadelphia next week, they're going to literally just take a bus to Pennsylvania and have to stay there.
Yeah.
It reduces contact.
Well, it makes sense. The Pittsburgh game, the Steelers game next week should be pretty good. But anyways, let's talk about this week.
Detroit and Atlanta. Matthew Stafford, 25-36, 340 yards, 1 TD. I'm sorry, though. If you throw 340 yards, you should have more than 1 TD on that docket. At least 2.
But it depends on who's dropping the ball, though, man.
That is true. Adrian Peterson rushed 11 times for 29 yards. Do you think it's time for him to hang it up yet?
Yeah.
I think it's been time.
Yeah, Peterson, I mean, like, it's one of those things, like, I know when Marshawn Lynch, like, when he went back to the Raiders, it was like he had already retired. But you kind of think, yeah, I mean, he probably had one good year in him still. But with this guy, he had his, maybe he has one good year in him like 3 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, I can see that. Both Trey Flowers, and here's what I don't understand. How do you only win by 1 point when you had 2 interceptions?
What game are you on?
The Detroit versus Atlanta. When you took the ball away 2 times and recovered 2 fumbles from the opposing team, and you still only won by 1 point.
Yeah, well, damn, they were doing pretty. Let's see. Man, they were pretty even the whole way, though.
Yeah.
First downs, 21-26. Third down efficiency. Well, that's where they killed them. Well, yeah, kind of. On third downs, they were 7 for 14. The Lions only did 3 for 10.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta pick up those third downs for sure.
Yeah, you really do. But the thing is consistency
and see,
too.
The Lions were picking up more yards per play.
And at least the Lions were scoring every quarter, even if it was just a field goal.
Same thing. Red zone 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Penalties, nothing.
I'll skip the Buck Raiders recap.
Well, I mean, we can talk about it. It's just, I mean, we kind of were already going into this week hobbled. Like usually we talk about our teams like at the end of this. So that's what we plan on doing anyways, not usually. Since this is only our 3rd episode. Try to find the 2nd episode, I dare you.
Episode 1, we did save our teams for last. That's why I said I was going to skip it and come back to it.
But, I mean, we just get over it real quick. We were hurt. It was a bad game we're headed into either way. I mean, just facing down the GOAT. I mean, I can't complain about Tom Brady.
How did Tom Brady rush for a TD? That's kind of stupid.
I think it was a quarterback sneak.
It looked like it. Yeah, I mean, that game, Tom Brady was 33 of 45, 369, 4 TDs. The problem I have is they put up 21 points in the 4th quarter.
The problem I had was we looked good when I left for work.
Yeah, you were.
And then I was super busy at work, and at the end of the night, I hit my phone. I'm like, hey, what was the score? So reads it off, and I'm like, well, that's great.
Well, here's the thing I don't understand, though, is they were up. In the 4th quarter, going into the 4th quarter, they were up 24-17. So 1 touchdown. Okay, I get it. Score another touchdown. Put yourself up 2 TDs, win the game. They scored 21 points.
Yeah.
That was just fluffing stats there.
Yeah, I saw that last bit. I was like, really? You couldn't just leave us dead, right?
No, they had to keep going.
That's cool. Just piss on us too.
I mean, Carr didn't have a bad game, though. He was 24-36 for 284.
See, this is where I'm going to call you, if anybody that is watching this, if you claim to be a Raiders fan, and this is this is where I decide if you're fucking bandwagon or not. Because Carr did not have a bad game. There's a bunch of people out there talking shit now that, this is Carr's fault again, blah, 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 the team's going down. No, dude, we've had our fucking ups and downs, and you just ride that bitch out. And, whatever happens, happens. Like, that's a fucking fan. You want to jump on for fair weather, you like wearing the black and the silver, go pick another team, man.
Like, Carr did not have a bad game. He missed 12 passes. Okay, cool. One of them was an interception. That happens when you throw the ball 40 times a game.
Not to every quarterback, but
it does when I'm watching these highlights and he's getting his ass run over half the time. when your O-line is being pushed around like a freaking shopping cart.
It was our O-line. Our O-line's running, I think we're running 3 second stringers on it right now.
I mean, he's still against the Patriots,
TDs. And then knowing that Carr's pretty much our biggest threat right now.
I mean, against the Bucks. You said the Patriots.
Oh, my bad. Fucking Tom Brady. Stop moving teams on me, bitch. Well, for the first time.
But he's still, like, okay, if you take his rushing yards plus his passing yards, he had over 300 yards for the
kid's
game.
got heart.
Like, you can't judge the dude for that. He can't carry the whole team on his back.
No, and he was trying. He did his best.
When you are targeted 9 times and only catch 1 pass out of the 9 targets, I mean, yeah, you're not going to have a very good day.
And you can throw maybe 2 of those were Carr's fault.
Maybe.
You know, but come on.
Like, if you're lucky. But you can't blame Carr for that game. That was just no way. Now, the Jaguars-Chargers game. I wasn't really interested in this game anyway, but I don't care for either team.
Who, the Chargers?
The Chargers or the Jags. So,
but
I will say the Jags do have a hell of a rushing game. 27 attempts, 140 yards. That was not a bad game. Their quarterback still sucks. I kind of figured that. Chargers. Well, their quarterback did pretty well. 27 to 43, 347,
is
3
Rivers
TDs.
Still with them?
No, Rivers is the Colts.
Yeah, fucking hated Rivers. He always seemed kind of cocky. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like cocky without proving himself. Like when Tom Brady acts like a dick, you're like, whatever, Tom Brady.
Now, here's an example of a quarterback that legitimately put the team on his back and ran him. Okay? Justin Herbert, the rookie quarterback for Los Angeles, threw 27 times, or threw 43 times, completed 27 of them. 347 yards, 3 TDs. He rushed 9 times for 66 yards and a TD.
And, what? Strikes for 2 quick TDs? Oh, yeah.
Like, he literally had he had 4 of the 5 TDs their team had on his back. Like, he carried that team. He had the most rushing yards out of everyone on his team, too.
No way. Where are the rushing yards?
For who?
Not for Herbert.
He had 9 attempts for 66 yards. To put that in perspective, their starting running back ran it 12 times for 29 yards.
No.
Less than 2, or a little over 2 yards per carry. The Niners blew the Patriots to pieces. That's all I can say there.
How do you feel about the Patriots right now?
I think Belichick's going to retire after the season.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. Either he was going to move or he was just going to quit. I mean, you have 6 rings, dude. Like,
go home.
Yeah, you've proven yourself.
That's what I thought about Brady too. Like, you've got 6, just go.
I think and then it might be true of Belichick as well. Like, just the love of the game, you know, just getting out there. And how would you feel every Sunday just watching it on TV?
Yeah, that's true. Jimmy Garoppolo, the former Patriot that Belichick trained and groomed behind Tom Brady, was 20-25 for 277 and 2 interceptions. That's the Niners starting quarterback. However, it looks like the running back saved their ass because he ran 17 times for 112 yards with 3 TDs.
That's what, like 8 yards a carry?
6.6.
Yeah.
Their backup running back ran 9 times for 57 yards, and their third string quarterback halfback ran 4 times for 18 yards and 1 TD.
Hey, so what do you prefer? Do you prefer that like the long passes down the field, making bombs, touchdown, like let's go deep, let's drive it in there? Or you like the fucking ground and pound shit?
Ground and pound.
That's what I said.
I like hard downhill running and then freaking short to medium passes.
Yeah, where you can see where the coaches actually come into play.
Yeah.
I think that's where you really see where the coaches shine. Like, all right, we're in this situation. It's a chess game between those 2 guys.
If you're lining up 5 wide every time and just letting your quarterback chunk it straight up in the air, at that point it's not the coach. It's just quarterback and receiver. And most of the time it's just the receiver. The quarterback just has to throw it straight up.
There's only one sport where one man can win the whole game, though. Like one team sport. or one man can win the whole game.
Do I know the team? I don't think I know the sport.
You should. It's America's favorite pastime.
Hockey? Baseball? Baseball.
Yeah.
That tells you how often I watch baseball.
Yeah. But baseball, legitimately, that's the one team sport that one man can beat the entire other team.
Yeah.
You pitch a no-hitter, you're good, man.
Yeah, I can see that. So, I would have to say that Garoppolo is not the answer at quarterback for them. Maybe pick up a decent quarterback, but your running back team is damn. They did a hell of a game there.
See, but then even in that case, I mean, all he has to do is to live in those 2 seconds before he hands off the ball.
Yeah, right. Let your O-line and your halfbacks do the rest of the work. Because you know that O-line's got to be solid too. If your running back is running straight through them like butter,
yeah, that's true.
Your O-line has to be decent at least. Because even with the Steelers, when Bell was cutting everybody up, we still had to have a decent O-line for him to take off through. We didn't have the best O-line, but we had strong enough people to where they could get a push off so Bell could cut through them.
Yeah, see, and that's where that's great when you do have that one decent receiver. You know, you just run that flat, run the fade. You know, I see oh damn, they're bringing the heat. Oh, that dude's cheating. That guy's cheating. Hell yeah. You know, you fucking calling out those nachos. And just lure them all in because you've been running that entire game, and then you get that one. 65-yard TD.
Now, this game I watched.
Tonight?
No.
Or yesterday's?
Yesterday. Sundays for us. Sunday Night Football.
Well,
Arizona versus the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Dude, I am telling you, this game was fucking fire. It was... I am not joking. At the end of the half, it was 27-17. Okay? Arizona comes out in the third quarter, scores 7 points right out the gate. All right? So we're now at 24-27. Seahawks come back in the fourth quarter, score 7. All right? But again, Arizona answers with 10 straight points and then goes to overtime, misses the field goal. Okay? Seahawks get the ball back, throw an interception. Arizona throws an interception right after that. And then freaking they go fourth and punt. They punt on fourth down. Seahawks punt on fourth down. Fucking Arizona comes back and just burns them all the way down to the 20-yard line and kicks a field goal at 3 seconds left of overtime. This game was fucking crazy. It was never a hard game. It wasn't a blowout. It was a game that was just back and forth.
Yeah.
It was scoring, interceptions, fumbles. It was a game.
Yeah, so what? Fucking Russell ended up with
33 of 50 for 388, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions.
All right, you do him, I'll do the Cardinals.
Russell Wilson also ran 6 times for 84 yards. Carlos Hyde ran 15 times for 68 yards. Tyler Lockett, 15 receptions on 20 targets, 200 receiving yards, 3 TDs. That was a freaking player right there.
Yeah. So for the Cardinals, you have Kyler Murray. I'm not familiar with him.
He is
out of Oklahoma, apparently.
Yeah, he's out of Oklahoma.
How many years has he been in the game? It looks like a youngin.
2. I think this is his second season.
He's only 23.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is his second season.
So he threw for 1,847 yards. Oh, well, these are his 2020 stats.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, these are all his 2020 stats. So far this season, he's thrown for 1,800 yards, 1,800 plus yards. He's only thrown 13 TDs, 7 interceptions. Quarterback rating is only at 73. But they had 2 quarterbacks. No, it was only him. Yeah, but I mean, to lose in that way, the Seahawks have a lot of disappointing. I mean, I guess most teams do have a lot of disappointing losses, or just bad coaching moves, or just some guy was in the wrong place. You know, just
yeah.
But it seems like it's prevalent with the Seahawks. Like, I can think of a few incidents where it's like, oh, they had that until they decided to do that stupid shit.
Yeah, one of the plays that made me scratch my head is the Seahawks pulled a Super Bowl repeat. They had 4 yards from the touchdown, from the goal line, and 1st and 4, and they throw a freaking pass that just gets picked off and ran all the way back.
Yeah. And we talked about this last time, because that happened in what, the 80s, I think we went back to?
Yeah.
The first one, right? And then the second one was when they played the 49ers?
Yeah.
Was it? It was the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That was the Beyonce halftime show.
Kyler Murray did 34-48. Yeah, you said his stats for the week. They just looked like unfortunately, they looked like the better team. But they played from behind the entire game. But their stats made them look like the better team.
I mean, it's not too bad, though.
But when you throw 3 interceptions in a game, the chances of you winning that game
Who's
are
their
slim.
coach? Who's the Cardinals coach right now?
Bruce Arians. Former Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator. Thank you. Had to get some help.
And through the magic of television and the way the camera's angled.
All you're going to see is me just catch a bottle and put it on the table.
It'd be cool where you do like a hard edit there where you're just like that and then it's like... Not in the hand,
like,
in the hand.
I can do that. Just like, here you go.
Oh, there should be a bunch of that then. If we could totally make that a bit on this, that'd be cool. Just everything on the table just moves. See if anybody notices.
Yeah, man. That game, like, I watched that game, and that entire time, I'm sitting here just like, oh my god, come on, no, don't do, retard, come on. And that's not even my team. I did that during the Steelers game too, though, to be fair.
No, I mean, if we're not yelling at the TV, how are they going to hear us?
Right.
Come on. Science.
So, I'm going to go ahead and get into my team's game against the Titans.
You have plenty to talk about because your team is
6-0.
in fuego.
The only team that's undefeated now after the Seahawks lost. Unfortunately, though, I don't know how we won this game. So, Ben Roethlisberger threw 32 out of 49, 268 yards, 2 TDs. He threw 3 interceptions.
Big Ben.
3. Yeah. We rushed 20 times for 82 yards and no touchdowns. So, that leads me to firmly believe that the defense bailed us out of this game. Because if we only scored 2 TDs, that's 14 points on offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. Ready? Actually, we didn't catch any interceptions. What? Oh, yeah, that is true. We didn't have any interceptions. We had 2 sacks. Chris Boswell bailed us out, that's for sure. Oh, that's our kicker. Yeah, that's his name, Chris Boswell. Cool. He made 2 of 2. Yay.
See, and that's another thing about kickers. Like, you hardly ever know their name until they're that guy in that last game that missed the overtime field goal. And then you know your kicker's name.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do. So, how did we score then? I watched this game and I don't remember what happened here. Okay, I knew James Conner and Chase Claypool fumbled because I was screaming at the TV between Ben Roethlisberger throwing all of his interceptions that he threw, and we fumbled twice and lost both of them as well. How did we score? Oh, okay. Benny Snell, our 4th string running back, scored.
Why do you have a 4th string in?
I don't know. Our guys aren't hurt. But I do know that Jalen Samuels, he's our 2nd string running back. I do know that he can't run in the trenches. He is more of that wide open area running. James Conner is a well-rounded back, so he does both.
I don't know, man. I think I'd rather be that dude that's in the mix rather than that guy that likes to run in the open field.
So our 4th string running back is Benny Snell. And he's the big guy. He's like 6'4", like 280 pounds. He's the dude that just tucks his head down and gets that 2 or 3 yards he needs to get his first down. That's what he did on that. So
I'm just saying, how many careers do you see ended open field?
Right.
Those dudes take some hits, man.
On the Titans end, though, they did a little better on ball control. 18 of 30 for Tannehill, 220 yards, 2 TDs. Apparently, the thing that really screwed Tennessee up is they tried to get their kicker to throw a fake.
Oh, and he got ate, huh? Yeah. He got fucking devoured, didn't he?
Yeah, he got absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, that dude was all like, yeah, I'm not falling for that shit.
He got squished. That's all I can say.
I've been watching a lot of stupid highlights on YouTube.
You want to know a good in the trenches running back? Derrick Henry, the Titans running back. That dude is huge. He's like a refrigerator.
He's a refrigerator. That's one of your boys.
Right,
Fridge was with the Steelers, right?
Yeah, he was. But other than that, guys, I mean, the games were really good this week. There was what, 2 blowouts? The Cowboys game was a blowout.
And then as far as bye weeks went, it was just the Colts, Vikings, Ravens, and Dolphins.
That's what scares me is the Ravens have their bye weeks. They're well rested and ready to go for next week. My prediction for next week is the Steelers are going to lose to the Ravens.
You think so? You guys are going to take your first loss here?
Yeah.
I think it's best you guys take your first loss here than, like the Super Bowl, like the Patriots did that one year.
Or we lose to the Cowboys. I could never forgive that. I would get so much heat from most of my family for losing to the Cowboys.
Yeah, for sure. But
considering my family's a mix-up of Steelers, Browns, and Cowboys fans.
How did that happen?
My grandfather's side of the family is all from Ohio. My grandmother's side of the family, so like my dad, he's from Pittsburgh. Right. And then my mom's side of the family is all from Arlington.
Oh, fuck, okay.
So
that is a house divided right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially on Thanksgiving.
Yep. when the Cowboys play the Washington football team.
Anyway, I mean, we'll do a quick wrap up here with your predictions for next week's games then. Because we wanted to do that last week.
Yeah, we need to prep this a little bit better. But since we're editing all this out, it'll be pretty streamlined.
Yeah. So the first game is the Steelers and Ravens.
Let me get on that page.
Well, it's the first game that comes up for me is the Steelers-Ravens game.
We should both be on the same app. I'll download that one later. But I think mine has more stats. Well, I'm just on ESPN.
You're on ESPN, yeah. But I get to watch the games for free through the.
Well, see, I was watching it on my phone earlier through Yahoo Sports.
I didn't know you could do that. Ding ding. Okay, so
I have Falcons, Patriots, Bills, Browns.
Okay, Falcons, Panthers.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So we can start with them then. The Falcons, Panthers.
That's gonna be your late game.
Yeah.
That's our Thursday game. All right, so good. And start sweat.
I think the Falcons will surprise the Panthers here.
Yeah,
they look like they're on the verge of just.
Do you think the Falcons are due? They're 1-6.
Yeah, and I think they're due for that win. And the Panthers seem to be declining pretty quickly.
I mean, as far as I know about both of those teams, it could go either way. And that's an honest statement because I don't know anything about either one of those teams.
Vikings, Pats.
Vikings, Pats. I'll take the Vikings on that one.
You think the Vikings are going to beat them at 1-5?
I just
Pats at 5-1.
I don't know how. Like, because there's always that rivalry with the Minnesota fans, and
that's true.
You know, so like, there's gonna be. And are they playing in Minnesota?
I think it's Vikings at Pats. Yeah, Vikings. Oh no, Vikings are the home team.
Yeah, I can't tell them on either.
Yeah, it doesn't really tell us nothing.
And Starsman. Okay, so we don't have the Vikings don't have any injured players, and you guys have the Packers have Tyler Ervin, Kevin King, the cornerback.
I still don't see the Vikings squeaking out a win here.
Aaron Jones, the running back's out.
I still just
both of your running back. Well, both of the Packers running backs are out.
Rushing wise, okay, so that's what I'm gonna look at.
They're giving it to the Vikings on this.
Are they giving it to the Vikings? Maybe the Vikings will pull a surprise. I'm still going to say
it's pretty good. They're 55.
I'm gonna say the Packers win this one. You're gonna say the Vikings?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Just
Raiders and Browns.
You know what, man? I would. I mean, obviously, I got to pick the Raiders, and I'm gonna not just to pick the Raiders just because they're my team, though. But I feel like depending on what happens this week with our injuries and what's going on as far as like morale with the team and everything, it should be one of those. It should be a good. It should be a good game. Like. We'll have the ups and downs, but I think if anything now more than ever, and this is one thing that Carr's proven before, is when he starts getting all this hate and everybody's doubting his game, doubting his ability as a quarterback, the kid shines. So he's going to come in this week, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to take it to the Browns. And I'm hoping the Browns are a little extra cocky because, they're actually doing pretty well for once. And, maybe just due to that, they're going to let their guard down a little bit against us, and we're going to bring our A game plus. And it should be, I want to say, I'm not going to, I would put it 6, I would say like a good 6. We're not going to blow them out, but we're going to get through them.
You're going to keep them close. See, I'm going to pick the Raiders on this one too. And I'm a huge fan of the underdog for the Browns in the division that, with the Steelers. But the Browns have a habit of playing down to teams. On games they really should be able to beat the team, they lose. So they have a problem finishing games, and it looks like the Raiders have a thing of coming back towards the end of the game.
Yeah, we definitely do.
So that's a bad matchup because the Browns get winded by the third quarter, and the Raiders tend to pick up speed in the third quarter.
Yeah. That's actually what we've been doing for the last 2 seasons.
I'm giving it to the Raiders. Pops, I know you've been watching this show, so I'm sorry. I'm throwing your team under the bus here. They're going to cough that up. Colts Lions.
Colts and the Lions.
I'm gonna go Colts, but it's not because I like them. It's just because they've been starting to pick up speed as the Lions are starting to slow down.
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't seen anything from the Lions this year.
They've done just enough to stay in the game, and the Colts have either won by a blowout or lost by a blowout.
Yeah, I'll take it for conflict. I'll take the Lions.
Lions, Patriots, and Bills. I gotta go Bills.
Yeah, Bills.
Bills are gonna kick their ass. Yeah. Titans and Bengals. Titans. I mean,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
As hard of a division as they are in,
the Bengals are struggling so bad right now, and the Titans barely lost to the Steelers, and the Steelers creamed the Bengals. I just don't see the Bengals doing anything.
No, I doubt it.
Rams and Dolphins. Rams. I don't like the Rams.
I don't like the Rams either.
But the Dolphins are not a team either.
Yeah, the Dolphins. It's been, when was the last time you remember somebody say, God damn, the Dolphins are doing good?
Never. Not since I started watching football.
Right, because even when Dan Marino was there, I never remember once hearing, damn, the Dolphins are doing good this year.
So you're saying Rams for that one too?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Jets and Chiefs.
Fucking Chiefs, man.
The Chiefs are gonna kick the shit out of them.
I, again, fucking hate you guys almost as much as the Bucks. But great team. You guys are well put together and you're playing hard.
And you're playing a team that is literally just rebuilding right now.
And they're going to run them over.
They're going to squish them. Jets are the...
Let's do an over or under on those.
What do you mean?
The ones that we agree on, over under. What do you think they're going to win by?
I think the Chiefs are going to sweep this. I think it's going to be 30 points.
30 points?
30
Do you think they're going to win by 30?
Yeah.
I'll take the under on that.
Because the way the Chiefs have been playing, they've scored 30 or more points. And the Jets are allowing 30 or more points a game. And they're only scoring 10 points a game right now.
I'll take the under.
You're going to take the under? Niners, Seahawks.
I don't know. Seahawks coming off of that again, disappointing loss this week. The Niners have a few injured players.
And the Niners had a really easy game. They blew out the Patriots this week, so I think that they're going to come in too cocky, and Russell Wilson's going to put them in their place.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Seahawks on that one.
I'm going to say it's not going to be by much. Maybe a touchdown. I'm saying 7 points tops.
I'll take over.
You think it's
10? I would predict like a touchdown and a field goal.
Okay. Saints Bears.
Oh, I got to give it up to the Saints.
You think they're going to... See, I think they're going to do it too, because after watching Chicago play, they just don't seem to have an offense to go with. Their defense seems to be doing everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And Drew Brees will wear out a defense.
And that's one thing. There's always that one variable.
Yeah.
I mean, you remove Drew Brees out of that, then yeah, maybe they have a chance.
They still have Alvin
Drew
Kamara.
Brees is there, so no, but
Alvin Kamara is their downhill running back who he's going to be the one that grinds the defense down, and Brees is just going to pretend to hand the ball off and chunk it wide.
Well, but he has to do his little jump first.
And always. So how much do you think the Saints are going to win by?
I would give them a good 14.
14? I'm going to take under on that. I think they're going to only win by 7. I think it's going to be... Because the Bears' defense is phenomenal. It's been the only reason they're winning games, right?
But not their passing.
Their passing defense hasn't been great,
Yeah.
but it hasn't lost them their games. It's been the offense that's losing.
But who have they played with a good passing team? As a good passing team.
I don't think they have. So
I think they
but
better
Brees is gonna.
And Brees will definitely take it to that ass.
This is probably the game that's gonna decide the NFC. NFC
The
East.
Patriots, the fucking Eagles, and the
Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah,
They are the NFC East, right?
I think the Eagles are gonna walk in and they're gonna.
I think they're just gonna smack them.
It's not gonna be pretty for the Cowboys.
I'm gonna say 35. They're gonna win by 35 points.
Yeah, shit. I'll be optimistic and take the over on that because I think the Cowboys are gonna get their asses just straight up handed to them.
Yeah, I can see that, but I think that the Cowboys defense will at least keep them in a 35-point range because well, Washington isn't a great team and they held them.
We're talking about the. Oh yeah.
Washington wasn't a great team this week, but their defense still held them down to 25. But okay, yeah, I can see that though.
But see, they're going in this week defeated on their heel too because
using a third string quarterback and a possible fourth string on the bench because they just signed a rookie out of training camp.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. Bucks and Giants. I am saying Bucks are going to spank the crap out of them.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I don't want to see them do that, but the Giants just don't have anything right now. They're still rebuilding too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Giants just because fuck the Bucks.
Hey, they could surprise you. The Giants are pretty good at beating the crap out of Brady, so
that is true.
Let's see. And the bye teams are Arizona, Washington, Jacksonville, and Houston.
Okay.
And then we have the Steelers and Ravens game.
The Steelers and the Ravens game.
I'm gonna say the Ravens. I love my team to death, and I would pick them, but I know the Ravens team. I just don't think the Steelers can handle. I just don't think they can handle the offense. That offense is just too damn explosive, and they don't have enough weapons on their defense yet to handle an offense like that. Now, the Ravens' defense isn't fantastic, so we have enough weapons on offense to handle their defense. But I just think it's going to be a shootout, and I think it's going to come down to 7 points.
Really? You think it's be that type of a game,
yeah. And this whole game is really going to be dependent on Roethlisberger's play.
Yeah,
because if he throws 3 interceptions against the Ravens, there's no freaking way we're winning that game.
Again, that's one of those variables. You take Roethlisberger out of the equation, it's anybody's thing. But he's doing great. You're done. He's having a shitty day. Oh, they're done.
Yeah.
Because he does have his shitty days.
But my whole thing with them is going to be... it's not Joe Flacco.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, fucking A. Dude, I know he has a stupid name that Keanu Reeves had in a movie, too.
Lamar Jackson's
Neo? No.
Lamar Jackson's been their quarterback since the second game of last season when Joe Flacco got hurt.
Man, it's one of the things that really sucks. Like, I'm usually scheduled all day Sunday, or like usually like 3 to close.
Yeah.
So I can catch some of the morning game, like usually up to about third quarter, maybe finish the game. But after that, I'm lost on watching the games.
Like I said, if they don't the Steelers' defense has to be able to keep up with Lamar Jackson, for one, because Jackson can throw it or run it on them. Number two, they have Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram is a freaking power back. That dude will run laps around them. So they have to be able to watch Lamar Jackson running. They have to be able to watch Mark Ingram running. Then they have to be able to watch William Snead, Miles Boykin, the fucking fastest receivers in the league right now. And we definitely don't have corners that can watch them. Joe Hayden is fantastic, but he's 35 years old. Dude,
man, I didn't know anything about this kid.
Who?
Lamar Jackson?
Dude, he's fucking fantastic.
No shit. MVP?
Yeah. Whoa, last year, right?
Yeah, last year.
His first year of playing.
His first year. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Award received. Yeah.
Didn't he win the Super Bowl too? Didn't they win the Super Bowl? Oh, no, they didn't go to the Super Bowl last year.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, when do they count MVP? Because I thought
they
you
gave
had to
him
be in the
MVP
Super
of the
Bowl for
season.
that.
No, they do season MVP too. And Player of the Year.
He was All-American his sophomore year. He's not even that big of a dude either. 6'3". He's light on his feet. But
he's fucking quick.
Oh, he's coming out of Louisville.
So I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. It's not gonna be much. I think the Steelers will make it a really good game because rival games are usually really good.
Yeah.
But I'm giving it to the Ravens.
And see, I think that's another thing that it's kind of hard to factor in nowadays is that whole home team and the away team vibe. Like, you don't get that electricity from the games anymore.
And if I remember, you don't because
the whole, like you were saying with the rivalries, like usually that's blown up. Everybody's at the stands, everybody's going off, like. But now it's it's kind of muted. Yeah. But I'm gonna give it to the Ravens, and if I'm wrong, I'll be thrilled. But I just don't think I am. I just don't think the Steelers have what it takes to beat the Ravens. I don't know, but I think I just became a Lamar Jackson fan.
So, those are our predictions. Who are you predicting in that game?
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens on that too, but I think I might take an over on that because you said what, 7?
7. I said it's gonna be by a touchdown.
Take an over.
What do you think? 10?
Yeah, probably 10-14.
10-14.
No, like 10-13.
Okay. Well, guys. Well, we'll see you on the next episode, and we'll get to find out who was right and who was wrong on those. We really should have wrote those down.
I'm sure they're recorded somewhere. Hopefully the audio's on.
I'd be so mad if the audio was on. Restart. But anyway, guys, I'm KAOTICBASH.
Mr. Blue No Damn Me.
And we are a sports show. We're going to figure out a new name. Mr. Blue.
We're the Washington Sports Show.
We'll see you guys next week.